Hello, Primary 3. How are you today? Our lesson today is lesson 12, representing fractions on the number line. Okay, Primary 3, look here to our solved example. How can I put a fraction on a number line? Look here, 1 over 3 and 2 over 3 are smaller than 1, right? Because 1 here means 3 over 3. How can I put this fraction on the number line? I have to cut the number line according to the denominator number. My denominator here is 3, so I cut the number line into 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is above on number 1. Okay, now my denominator is 3 and my numerator at the first point will be 1 over 3 and the second point will be 2 over 3. Let's see the next one. Why the denominator here is number 8? Because I have from 0 to 1, 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I put the number of points on the number line on denominator, which is between 0 and 1. I count how many points. Then the number which is above number 1 will be the denominator. And the numerator will be according to each point. The first point, the second point, like you see here. Let's answer a question to understand this. Look here to activity number 1. How can I write the fraction here? Let's count the points from 0 to 1 at first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So my denominator will be what? Will be 5. Excellent. Then what is my numerator according to the point? Here is 2 over 5. Is this easy? I found the denominator, then I put the numerator. The next question, question B. How many points here from 0 to 1? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Okay, so my denominator will be 4 and my numerator will be 3. Here is 3 over 4. I think it's easy now, right? Okay, now what is my denominator here? Let's count the points up to 1. 0, 1, 2, 3. So my denominator will be 3 and my numerator will be 2. Now I can put a fraction on the number line. And now is question D. How many points here from 0 to 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my denominator will be 7. And what is my numerator? It's 6. The next question. What is the points from 0 to 1? Here is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my denominator will be what? Will be 6 and my numerator will be 4. Okay, primary 3? Excellent. Let's see here our story problem. Malik told his sister that 1 over 8 is greater than 1 over 7 because 8 is more than 7. Do you agree or disagree with Malik? Is Malik right, primary 3? Let's find on the number line. 1 over 8 is here, like you see, and 1 over 7 is here. Who is greater now? Who is bigger? It's 1 over 7. Excellent. So Malik is not correct. Okay, primary 3, let's answer activity 3. Arrange in an ascending order. Ascending means from the smallest to the biggest. Let's look at the fractions. Here, the numerator is the same, so it's a crazy fraction, right? So, the biggest denominator is the smallest one. Again, when the numerator is the same, so the biggest denominator will be the smallest. Okay, primary 3? Okay. Now, which one here is the biggest denominator? 5, 1 over 5, so it's the smallest one. Look again to the biggest denominator. 1 over 4. Then 1 over 3 and 1 over 2. Now we arrange them from the smallest to the biggest in ascending order. Okay, let's answer question B. I have 4 over 9, 4 over 13, 4 over 10, and 4 over 8. I have the same numerator too. So we look at the biggest denominator. What is the biggest denominator here? It's 4 over 13, so it's the smallest one. Then find the biggest denominator. 4 over 10. Then 4 over 9, and the biggest one will be 4 over 8. Do you get it, primary 3? Excellent. And now I have 5 over 9, 1, 3 over 9, and 1 over 9. First, let's make this one a fraction like them. It will be what? 9 over 9. So, this is a normal fractions. The denominator is the same. So, I want to arrange them in ascending order from the smallest to the biggest. I look at the smallest numerator as usual. So, 1 over 9. Then, who is the smallest one? 3 over 9. Then, 5 over 9 and 9 over 9, which is 1. I made like this because the denominator is the same. Okay? Okay. Activity 4. Arrange in a descending order. Descending order means from the biggest to the smallest. Okay. Let's see here. Who is the same numerator or denominator? It's numerator. So, the biggest one is the smallest denominator, which is 1 over 2. Then, what is the smallest denominator? It's 1 over 6. Then, 1 over 9 and 1 over 13. Now, I made them in a descending order from the biggest to the smallest, which means 1 over 2 half is bigger than 1 over 13. Okay. Question B. Look first, who is the same, numerator or denominator? Okay, here is the denominator is the same, so it's a normal fractions. We can arrange them from the biggest to the smallest. Let's make first number 1 will be 6 over 6. Okay, now who is the biggest? It's number 1, which is 6 over 6. Then the biggest numerator is 5 over 6, then 4 over 6, then 3 over 6. We arrange them according who is the biggest numerator, okay? Because the denominator is the same. But if the numerator is the same, we make the smallest denominator is the bigger. And now question C. I have 5 over 8, 7 over 8, 3 over 8, and 8 over 8. I have here the same denominator. So I arrange them in a descending order in a normal way. Look at the biggest numerator and put it first, 8 over 8. Then 7 over 8, then 5 over 8, then 3 over 8. Okay. Activity number 5. Put the sign greater or smaller or equal. Question A, I have 4 over 5 and 2 over 5. I have the same denominator, so 4 over 5 is greater. Here, 1 over 6 and 1 over 8. Who is the bigger? 1 over 6, for sure, excellent. Question C, I have 1 over 2 and half. They are equal. 1 over 2 means half. 6 over 8 and 7 over 8. Who is the bigger? 7 over 8. And the last question, question B. 3 over 4 and 4 over 4. Who is the bigger? For sure 4 over 4, which means 1. And now here is your homework. Arrange in an ascending order and arrange in a descending order. And don't forget, if we found the same numerator, it's a crazy fraction. We put the greater denominator at first because we make an ascending order. And now here I want you to write the fraction on the number line. Which one is the correct fraction? Choose the correct fraction. Goodbye, Primary 3. See you next session.